Hey, salutations! It's me again! Before I start, I just want to say I'm immensely happy with the feedback in my last Burning Valleys video. All the sweet comments mean a lot to me. I'm sure that child me would be flipping seeing so much support towards my story like this. So, since you guys liked it, I'm gonna bring some more BV stuff for you guys. Today, as background, you see me working on the first episode of the story. I've been procrastinating a lot, but also because I want to get more people familiar with the story before releasing a full episode. And also because I'm still unsure with some writing choices, so I'm just kind of raw dogging the first minutes for now. Today I want to talk a bit more about the world building, since I already explained some things in the first video. So, Burning Valley's universe happens on Earth our world. However, our world is divided into 4 layers. First layer being the surface, where the humans live. And side note, there's not just humans in the surface, but also there's anthropomorphic animals and hybrids. And where did they come from? I don't know, but they're here and they all vibe together. Then we have the hells and the heavens. The heavens being located above the surface in the skies, and hells being, deep down the earth. And then we have the court. Today I want to talk a bit more about the court and how the place works. The court is where your soul is immediately sent after you die, and it's where you will be judged by your actions to decide if you should go to a hell or to a heaven. I have to admit, I still do not really have a mental image of how the court should look like. First thing that came to mind was like those big airports where there's just too much information around you, but in a more ethereal architecture. But this may change in the future, I'm still not sure. So, first thing you see when you descend to the court will probably a member of the public gallery. The public gallery are a group of bird-like robots created to help organize and calm down the souls that go to the court. Each one has a different role. Some are made to organize the lines to the juries, some are made to comfort the souls, and there are even some specialized to deal with the souls of children. The court is also where the Reaper birds live. And the Reaper birds are the only entities allowed to go to the surface, since their job is to bring the souls to the court. They have this very strong smell of death, and this smell is also usually an omen. Souls account that the strong smell is the last thing they remember before waking in the court. In the surface, they usually take the form of a smaller bird in order to disguise themselves. And before I go on, yes, most court beings are birds or bird-like. I simply love designing bird characters, but also, before the major rewrite of Burning Valleys, the one responsible for all the court, quote-unquote responsibilities per se, was this bird called Wisdom. I did redesign her some years ago, later, but I ended up discarding her. Though her concept kind of divided itself into several different characters, so like most of the court creatures have a bit of her in them. Next up we have the reporter. She's a tiny Shimai Naga bird who is pretty much the digital icon of the court. She gives the news reports, she stars in commercials, she's a content creator because yes, the afterlife kinda has its own web. And she will be pretty much in every screen you look at the court. How does she do that? She has several digital clones. In fact, it's rare to get to talk to her real her, since most of the times she shows up as a clone. She may or may not be actually very tired of this life, but that's a story for another day. And finally, we have the afterlife jury. The jury is composed of the 3 judges, Alethea, Cora, and Moira. Each one has an important role in deciding one's fate. Alethea, the truth bearer, shows the reality. The eye in her feather works like a screen, showing a recorder of your life, how your actions were executed. It's almost like if you were followed by a camera your entire life. Cora is the heart and mind. Her feather reveals your true intentions behind your actions. If you did something out of malice, or out of naivety, or out of survival instinct, knowing what was going on in your heart, in your head, during an action is detrimental to decide your fate. Then there's Moira, who gives you the final verdict. She knows the appropriate heaven or hell you should be sent to spend your eternity. And if I had to say, I think she's the closest of what wisdom used to be, even in design. The court is also the place where the yearly gods and devils reunions happen. And even after years and years, all reunion days are kinda mess. Gods and devils just spawn in random parts of the court, and while some have more discreet and quote unquote surface like appearances, some like to present themselves as giants like Dawn Marcher, some with several eyes and wings, which probably would make the death experience of souls much more terrifying. So, yeah, you weren't much lucky if you end up dying right on that reunion day. In these reunions, the gods reunite themselves with Sir Elo, and the devils reunite themselves with Sir Lo. Usually, these are made to discuss the current state of their helms and the surface, if there's any request from the rulers, how the souls are behaving, etc., etc. I feel like there's more that could be added to the court. For example, I noticed my story doesn't really have the equivalent of a purgatory. However, I'm unsure if one is necessary since each hell has sort of a quote unquote sin ranking where souls with less severe crimes go to hells with less severe punishments. But maybe I could add some sort of waiting room. I don't know. I think the afterlife court could have much more roles, you know. So if you want, you can leave suggestions down below. That would be lovely. But also, maybe I'm just looking for an excuse to design more birds. Well, that's it for today, I guess. Thank you so much once again if you stayed here to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.